Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing a review for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. It came out back in 1993, and this movie stars Elias Codius, I guess, Paige Turco, Stuart Wilson, Sab Shimona, Vivian Wu, Mark Queso, Matt Hill, Jim Raposa, David Fraser, James Murray, and is there anybody else here? John Aylward and Aiden Hanzi. So yeah, before I begin though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual. For those who have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already, stop the video, go check it out, and come back and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me. Then I will give you a fair warning, because as usual, I did. So yeah, as usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rate. So basically, you have the four turtles and the April O'Neil, and they are somehow transported back in time to Japan, to an ancient Japan, and you have this one general. He seems, I don't know what to call him exactly. Um, you have this one general who has guns. Um, yeah, because I mean, there's two generals. One of them has guns, who seems, and that one's the more advanced and more evil villain, I guess. And the other one is just like the samurai one with swords, who's kind of right there in the middle and doesn't really know what to do. So you have an evil general with guns, and he's trying to get this time travel device, and at the same time kill the turtles. And you have the other general, the samurai general, who just wants to find his son. Thing is that his son is back in the future, or back to the future. Reason being, because the reason is that the reason that the son is in the future is because the time travel device that the turtles used replaced it sent them back in time, but it had to send someone back to the future. So the people that was sent back to the future was the samurai general's son and his four of his bodyguards. And yeah, and while the turtles are back in the past, they need to somehow try to restabilize the small Japanese community, I think. Trouble in Tokyo, fuck if I know. I have no idea what the fuck happened in this film. Um, yeah, I feel bad for TMNT. You think, like, shit. Like, Fantastic Four gets shitted on for having some crappy ass movies. Fuck. I'll say this. If you're gonna compare TMNT to Fantastic Four, TMNT has better runs. Okay, at least their movies are more entertaining. But holy shit, even the worst Fantastic Four movie, which is Fan Force at this moment, it's still better than whatever the fuck I just watched. Fuck. Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck happened. The plot is like nonsensical. It's just bullshit to the highest degree. Okay, the funny thing is, many people complain that TMNT 2 Secret of the Ooze, they didn't have the turtles using their swords and shit and whatever. And here they actually use their swords, which I guess is a good thing. So yeah, I mean, okay, positives. What are some actual positives for this movie? The turtles are back. The turtles are back. The action scenes are fun in that cheesy type of early 90s way. The acting is passable, I suppose. That's it. The writing sucks. The plot made no sense. I have no idea what the fuck even happened. The turtles are demons, which I guess makes sense back in ancient Japan, that they would be seen as demons. But even after that, like, the concept, apparently And okay, this is a problem I have with most time travel films in general. Okay, but here it just really fucks me up. Like normally I'd ignore it, or those. Oh, okay. Normally I would ignore it, or I'd try to make sense of it somehow. And normally the type of sense I get to, um, that came out wrong. And okay, yeah. Let me restart. This problem I'm about to state I have with most, if not all, time travel films. Okay, with from Back to the Future to fucking this shit, it's and Triangle and whatever. It's something I have. It's an issue I have with most time travel films. Now, normally, when I actually analyze the time travel aspect of the film in question, it normally becomes easier to understand. However, in this case, it just becomes way more convoluted and complicated because apparently the turtles are part of this ancient legend. So by that logic, they would have needed to travel either further back in time, sometime later in the future. But they don't know that they're already a legend in Japan. Okay, they're like a legend in Japan, but that doesn't make sense because at some point they would have needed to travel even back into the past, back into the past. So I mean, yeah, I mean, again, this is something that normally just fucks with my mind with most time travel films, but this one takes the fucking cake. And you guys thought the Michael Bay TMNT movies were fucking terrible. Watch this shit, then tell me which one's fucking horrendous. Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Is it sad to say that the second best TMNT film, maybe the animated one that we got, straight up? Because I'm literally thinking, like, we have 6 TMNT movies right now. I know I'm off topic, but we have 6 TMNT movies, okay? 3 of them are good, 3 of them are bad. Logically, the top 3 would be TMNT, the original one, and then Secret of the Ooze, and then the animated one. So yeah, so it's kind of sad the third one beats 3 of the live action ones, maybe even 4. So yeah, that's a list for another day. That is a list for another day. Yeah, 4 out of 10. Fuck this shit. I was bored. I could okay. Normally, I'm a huge fan of TMNT. Okay, so I'm like TMNT is just one of those franchises or fandoms or whatever you want to call it. It's one of those things that you just have to put in front of me, and I will be entertained 99% of the time. Okay, the only 1% of the time I am not entertained is either when I'm watching this shit or when I'm watching the next mutation. Okay, or the Broadway rock musical bullshit. Okay, so I mean those are the only 3 times that TMNT has not entertained me. Yeah. 4 out of 10. That's basically it for now. Subscribe, comment down below, like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.